I'm Lauren Kung Jessen, and you're listening to The Incoherent Fangirl.
Welcome to the Incoherent Fangirl.
Where there's just no being funny this week. We're just
No,
we're just gonna get into things.
we're existing.
hmm
I am Mandy of Epcot.
I am Karen from Hine University. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. In our timeline, it is March 10th, and in y'all's timeline, it is March 20th, which sounds like a big gap, and it's only because we're
Because of
recording
me.
a couple days early, which
Yeah,
is fine, which is we've done it before. Next
yeah.
week, we're gonna be recording late, so it's all good.
We're just wibbly wobbly over here.
Oh, yeah. Time is weird.
Yeah,
As we're recording this 2 days after a freaking time change.
I
Ugh,
know.
I want to vomit.
I'm so tired. I cannot catch up on sleep.
I'm so
And I'm
sleepy.
like raspy. I
Yeah.
said something to Josh. I was like, why do I sound like this? And he was like, I thought he said, because you talk a lot. He said, because you talked a lot this weekend. Because I was
Mm,
chasing around. I'll get it more into it,
mhm.
but I was chasing children around. And
Right.
my 7-year-old niece is in the questions phase and the look what I can do phase. So most of my weekend was cool, baby. That's
Mhm,
awesome. I
mhm.
don't know how they built the castle.
All right.
I don't know if those were real people ever in at one time and it looks exactly like them now. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. For every animatronic, was that a real person? And did they
Oh,
look just like that?
kids are
I
fun.
don't know. I was scared
Kids
she was
are
going to ask me where
fun.
babies came from or what. Like, I don't know. Talk to your mom. Please talk to your mom.
Oh my God. That's great. All right. I guess before we begin, um, do we want to tell our listeners why we took a week
Yeah.
off?
So, I'm trying.
I
We
know.
lost the show dog last week. Um, he was in heart failure, and I think I mentioned that he had been passing out a lot.
Mhm.
And he had one big, like, he had a really good day. He had such a good day. I was working, and we had like a plumber here to like fix some leaky sinks. And so Josh was on the couch with me while I was working, and he, like, the show dog is just bouncing back and forth between us, getting snuggles. And then when the plumber left, I let him outside and I ran to get him a new belly band because he was having like really a lot of trouble with using the bathroom. Like, he wasn't even trying to get up and go, he would just go where he was. And when I went back out there, he had passed out. And so I picked him up and he just wasn't coming back. Um, and so Josh took him and like we could feel his heartbeat for a while, but he just wasn't like waking up, which was, I realize now Josh had been timing them and they were consistently getting longer and longer for him to like come to. And it got to a point where Josh was like, I can't feel his heart beating anymore. And he wasn't like, obviously his heart didn't stop and restart because they don't do that, but
Mhm.
it was faint enough that it didn't look like he was breathing. And so at the time we were smiling because we were like, I mean, what a beautiful way to go after such a great day between us. Um, but then like I guess I he heard, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I was like just like sad, but I didn't like scream out or cry or anything. I was just like, but I think we were telling him, buddy, it's okay. Like, you can go if it's your time, it's okay. And so he just like and takes a big gulping breath and comes back. And we knew he wouldn't survive another one, but we also knew he would keep trying.
Mhm.
And I was afraid every time he passed out that he would trigger a seizure or trigger a heart attack. And like, because like such a rapid change in blood pressure could trigger a heart attack or like a brain melting seizure. And we were so afraid that he was going to go like in pain or scared or whatever. So we took him to his vet and she helped him leave us. It was very peaceful. He just went to sleep. But obviously, it's very, very hard for us. Um, I've cried a lot over the past week today. Um, yeah, sorry. Not a week today, week yesterday. I think it's Monday. I don't know what day it is. I don't know my days.
No, I'm
Um,
same.
it's been a big adjustment period for me and for the show husband. But I was telling Karen before we started recording, like, we picked him up today in his urn. I don't feel like he left me. Like, I still feel him around. Um, so I talked to him, and I'm gonna talk to him, and he's not gonna be able to respond. We were fortunate in that my husband is in the spooky realm, and he reached out to well, he didn't reach out. A medium reached out to him who knew things about his mom's passing that no one who was not in the room could have known. So we feel like she's legitimate. And she said, this dog is so happy and so loving. She said the first thing he told her when she like tapped into him was, I have all my teeth and I can eat whatever I want. And I'm eating steak right now. And she said, he also said, my legs don't hurt anymore. And like he had luxated patella, which is where their knees just stay out of joint,
Mhm.
basically. And he would limp and it was just bad. Like he would kind of fall down sometimes because his little legs just were not doing great. So he said, I can run and play and like my legs don't hurt. She said he's constantly kissing your faces, which anytime I cried, he would like all over my face to like get rid of the tears and comfort me. And I had been crying a lot, obviously. Um, and so she said he kisses your faces all the time and he sleeps between like up by your faces, between your heads. And so that made me feel a lot better. And then she said, everywhere this dog goes, I just see hearts. And like he had heart failure. He was pure love. Like anybody who's ever met him, like that dog was so sweet.
Yes.
And I told him 1,000 times a day that he was my heart. And I love you, buddy. You're my heart. That's mama's heart. So she said he sends you hearts.
No.
Um, I'll get into it more in a little bit, but I took my nieces, my mom and I and Josh took our nieces and nephew to Disney this weekend because I like my mom wanted to cancel, but I was like, no, I can't. I'll stay home and wallow, and I can't cancel on these kids.
Yeah.
Um, I have never in my life once noticed that there's a pet cemetery outside of our haunted mansion until this trip. I looked up and I was like, oh my God, there's a pet cemetery. And then one of the graves inside the stretching room, I never paid attention to, but it said, rest in peace, George. So like he checks in a lot. Um, I've been asking him because we had to take off his collar once we realized he needed to go on heart meds. And I know I didn't throw it away, but like I put it down somewhere and I don't know where. So I'm
Mm.
like, buddy, show me where your collar is. So we're working on him being able to tell me things back. Um, but yeah, it's been hard. I'm wearing my show dog t-shirt that's got his little face all over it.
Oh,
And we're just gonna live in memory of Georgie until I can hold him again.
yeah.
So sorry to bring down the vibes, but this is the first time I'm recording a podcast without my
Yeah.
little soulmate jumping up at my sides to be picked up.
Well,
So
he's been part of the podcast too, so
yeah, I know.
it
And I'm
is.
like so thankful that I have years of videos I can go back on and see his little face pop up when we're recording with Victoria Aveyard or, like
Right.
anybody. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, we lost our Georgie, but I'm more thankful to have had 14 perfect years with him. So I couldn't ask for more other than more time.
Such a
But
long time for
I I
for, a
know,
little guy. So,
I know. It's crazy how long he was with us. And like looking back now, we didn't want to see that he was tired. But
mhm.
like the last photo I took of him was the night before. Like Josh got a box truck for Beacon that has all of their gear and stuff in it. Like Beacon purchased a
Yeah,
box truck to like his mobile production equipment truck.
right.
And he was out there like Georgie passed out one day because I walked out to take out the trash. And so like he was not wanting to be apart from us. And Josh had gone out there and he was really like trying to get to the window. So I said, I'll take you out there. And he was walking around in the box truck. And I took some photos of him, and looking at them now, it's like it makes me feel a lot better
Yeah.
because he was so tired, but I know he would have held on forever because
Yeah.
he knew what he meant to us. And so he knew
Right.
that leaving would hurt us. And it did, but it's worth like I keep crying, but I'm like, he's worth every tear I have.
Yeah.
So I ordered myself. I was worried about I can't see his remains. That he's in an urn. But I can't see like his remains. But I wanted something to like wear all the time. So I didn't do like a jewelry with remains in it, but I ordered myself a really nice ring that I told him last night to help me pick it out. And I landed on one on Etsy, and I like it stopped my heart. I was like, this is perfect. So I
It's
have a
stunning.
really pretty, yeah, I have a really pretty ring coming. I didn't realize when I sent you this, it's a black moissanite, which is like lab grown diamond, whatever. Not diamond, but like
Yeah.
right down on the gemstone, whatever. I was looking at the order page today after I ordered it, and it's black green, which I love, 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 like dark green, almost black. So like
Hmm.
that felt like another thing where he was like, surprise, I knew you would
Yeah.
like this. So I can't wait to get that in. It's going to be engraved. I'm going to try to bring great vibes for the rest of the podcast, but I did have to
Yeah.
deliver bad news. Um, yeah, so
Yeah.
everybody's been so wonderful with like comments and, loving on us. So that's been great. And it's been very appreciated. I haven't responded to anybody, but I've been grieving and then trying to follow children around Disney World while grieving there. It is
Ye-
possible to cry on Disney property, I learned. So
Yeah.
without further ado, let me stop bringing down the vibes.
I think we needed a little Georgie moment, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a big part of it. And I'm like, this dog got to be petted by Rebecca Ross last month. Like, he
Yeah.
had a really, really big life, that guy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss him, but I know, like, I told him when we knew we were gonna take him, I have been with you. Like, we're a romantic couple, but we're not romantic. Like, there
Yeah.
is nothing I like. If there was anything I could do, I would like literally rip through time to get to him. I know we have been together in every lifetime, and we will be together in every lifetime. So I just know, like, I just have to wait,
Yep.
and I'll be with my little boy again. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I guess now we move on to the
Yeah,
next
we
segment.
try.
We try. Okay. This week in fangirling, tell me about Disney World.
I didn't do a whole lot. I did start a book before I left for Disney. Actually, I started it before Georgie left me, but then I haven't been back to it. I started The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen.
Mm-hmm.
My note is it's an arranged marriage of convenience, and that's about all I have. I'll have a better synopsis next week. Like, I'd started listening to it because I threatened everybody on Facebook. I was like, look, you got to give me something to listen to, or I'm going to start Shatter Me again.
Listen, I told you to just reread Shatter Me, but
Look, like I'm close. I don't even know that Aaron Warner could fix me at this point, but
but
it's
if anybody
okay.
could, it would be
Anybody
Aaron.
could give a valiant effort. But anyways, like Georgie wasn't gone yet, so I started like I just Googled like TikTok videos of like great romanticy books,
Yeah.
and The Bridge Kingdom came up. It's good so far. It's just been like over a week now since I've listened to it, so I don't
Right.
remember. I just
Yeah.
remember her dad raised her to go marry the king of a different kingdom that has control of this bridge that her dad wants. And she like, this is not, it's gonna sound like a spoiler, but it's not, because it's literally in like the first two chapters. He picks another sister of hers. He has children with a bunch of different concubines, basically.
Hmm.
And only one child with each. And so he picks another sister, but she's like, no, I'm the one that's going. So she poisons all her sisters.
Oh,
But her dad and everything is like, we're done. We're on this mission. He leaves the kingdom. She's actually just given them like a sleeping draft.
ah.
So that, and she leaves them a message that is like, you are free.
Mm.
Flee, go
Okay,
into
okay.
hiding. Don't ever let him know you're alive. And so she goes and marries this guy, and her mission is you have a year to kill him and take over their kingdom for us. But
Okay.
he also knows because he's not like that whole kingdom is not stupid. So he's like, you're here to kill me,
Right.
and I'm here to kill you. But of course, it's a romantasy. So they're like, wow, you're hot though, So it's been good. I'm excited to get back into it. Okay, so for Disney, it was my mom and I who normally take all the kids, but since we had four children and both of us have wait, one, two, three, four. Yeah, we had four children and a five-seater vehicle. We didn't
Mm.
have enough room for
Mhm.
all of the children. So Josh went and the original plan was for Georgie to come down with us and he was going to go with Josh during the days and hang out with Josh's dad. Obviously that fell through and I was like, you can't sit home and wallow either.
Right.
Like in this house empty where he should be. So he was like, well, I'll go to the parks with you then. So I got this really cool, one of the greatest joys of my life is finding a really cool Airbnb for children to enjoy. So this one had a castle bed. It was
Ooh.
like a castle built around two bunk beds. They had like teacups on the wall and like the wall from It's a Small World. They had like a mural. And then in another room, they had two twin beds that had like a go-kart frame around them. So they were like cars. They had wheels because my nephew, who's 2, is really big into cars.
Mhm.
So that went over very well. We did Magic Kingdom. I'm only gonna give like a highlight for each day because there was a lot, but then there like wasn't because I wasn't
Right.
fully present because like I'm
Right.
really in the throes of grief. Um, my niece had made a bunch of little like rubber band friendship bracelets. And we don't normally prioritize seeing characters because we prioritize like rides.
Right.
But she walked by as Peter Pan and Wendy were like about to leave their meet and greet area. And so we asked their friend if she could give them a bracelet. And he was like, yeah, of course. So she gives them bracelets, and Peter Pan is like, I'm going this way. Would you like to walk with me for a little bit? Takes her by the hand and walks her all through Fantasyland and just talking to her. And
Oh.
and then when they stopped, he said, now listen to Peter Pan, never grow up.
Oh.
Uh, I got it all on video. It was very sweet.
Oh.
Um, then yeah, my mom was really excited for my nephew to ride It's a Small World because this is only his second trip.
Mhm.
He fell asleep right before we got on it and slept
Oh.
through the entirety of the thing. So that was fun. But he got to drive the cars at the Tomorrowland Speedway, and
Mm.
Josh and I were in front of them, and you cannot see him over the wheel. You can just see his little hands. My mom got a really cute video of him though from the side. Um, so yeah, it was a fun day. You can cry in Disney World because we're still thinking about Georgie and the just waterworks just happened.
Mhm.
And then the next day we did Epcot. So it was the first weekend of the Flower and Garden Festival.
Okay.
So lots and lots of good food. Epcot does like food passport for every festival that they do.
Mhm.
Um, that's what we did the most of was food.
Mhm.
Obviously things for little kids. They had like an Easter egg hunt where they had giant bunnies hidden through most of the countries in the World Showcase. And
Mhm.
if you found them, you won a prize. And weirdly, I was told by a cast member that the prizes would be delivered by Disney Magic.
Mm.
And as soon as and put the last sticker on the country, my book bag got a lot heavier. And there were
Mm.
2 Easter eggs inside, one of Mickey and one of Minnie. And I don't know how that happened. I definitely
Interesting.
did not get them from the cast member when I bought the map
Right.
with all the stickers. So I don't know.
That's
like
crazy.
crazy. So that was really fun. She and Bug, which is what they call Josh, really bonded over finding the doing the Easter egg hunt. He was really invested in
Oh.
that. I got a migraine, so I didn't get to ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure because I thought it might kill me. And Guardians was down for most of the day, so we didn't get to ride Guardians of the Galaxy either.
Oh.
But it's okay. Um, we did ride Sora, and my niece was like terrified, but like thrilled at the same time. And then the next morning before we left, we went to Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club and got the kitchen sink for breakfast, which is basically 8 scoops of ice cream, every topping they have in the house, and a whole can of whipped cream. So like I didn't tell the little I told the twins, I told the teenagers, but I didn't tell the little kids that we
Mhm.
were going to have ice cream for breakfast. So when my niece, the 7-year-old was pouting because my nephew is in like telling you the colors
Okay.
stage,
Mhm.
and everything is red, red, red,
Mm.
red, red. I'm like, nobody, that's like beige. But it's red. So we gave him the red bowl. Well, it was also the pink bowl, so she pouted. But when they put the kitchen sink down in front of him, he just started like opening and closing his mouth like he was mum, 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 mum. Like, give it in my mouth. Put it in my mouth right now. I want my bowl.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
so that was really cute. I wish I had taken in more as it was happening. I took a lot of photos, but like I was just in kind of a haze.
Yeah.
It was a rough. When my mom and I parted ways last night, I just said it was a trip,
Yeah.
and she said yes, it was.
I
It
bet.
was a trip. So yeah, and then I have started The Fortune Flip by Lauren Congesson. But we'll talk more about that later. What did you do this week? I hope you had a more exciting week.
I wrote down a lot of books, but then I realized I was counting from the last time we recorded and not this week. Um, so there's a lot written down, and I'm trying to really quickly figure out what is from this week and what is not.
You just tell me whatever you want. Pick
I
some
didn't
highlights.
I didn't read that many, I
The Bridge
swear.
Kingdom was from that past week, to be fair. Also, I want to say thank you for letting us skip last week.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got out of the house and took Poochie to a dog park. I did not mention that, but it was very cute.
yeah. I don't think there was any way that we were going to record that week.
No, I would have I was
Not
still a
like,
mess
yeah, and I
because
was,
it would have been the day after
it
he
was the day
passed.
after, and I was trying to figure out how to tell my kid.
Yeah.
Um, so that was, so it was also rough in this house
Yeah.
because,
And we were like, I don't want to be
yeah,
in here.
you,
And
you know,
we also felt bad because like for the past month, it's been Poochie, calm down. Poochie,
yeah,
don't upset your brother. Like you're gonna stress him out. And he
right, right,
wasn't doing
right,
anything wrong. He was being a puppy. And so
right,
we took him to the dog park and like let him roam.
right.
He went through the like friggin' creek that runs through it. So he
Oh gosh.
smelled so bad he had to have a
Oh,
bath. But yeah, it was like letting him get to be wild again was not
yeah,
like nice for him. So
yeah,
thank you for
that's
not
good.
making us or not making, but thank you for sorry, you got like stuff on your face on my computer screen.
But I've also
Um
got stuff on my face in person, so we're good.
um yeah, thank you for being gracious about skipping last week. And I'm sorry you had to tell your kid.
It went as expected
Yeah.
because I remember what happened when I told her about Noodle.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
worse,
And she's never held Noodle.
right? She's held
Yeah.
Georgie. So,
Yeah.
but you know, like you said, he's still with us. He's just
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
he's yeah.
He can just fly now
And eat steak apparently.
and eat steak. That was the first thing he said was, "I have all my teeth."
Which I love it. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
my
exciting.
baby.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just gonna list these books and tell you whether I like them or not, because
Okay.
I couldn't tell you anything about most of them. I read The Court of the Dead by Rick Riordan, Mark Oshiro, which is like the first book in a spin-off-ish series. It follows Nico D'Angelo, who you meet in the Percy Jackson series, Heroes of Olympus. I don't know, one of the other series.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's Rick Riordan. Plus, you add in Mark Oshiro, so now you have a gay Percy Jackson story. I mean, it's not Percy Jackson, but it's like
Yeah.
Nico is gay, so it's
Yeah.
great. I love being in this world and having that diversity. So, yay. I reread Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong because I'm continuing my Chloe reread, and that's where I'm at. It was, I loved it still. I'm so excited to keep going because it's fun revisiting all of these books that I love so much.
Yeah.
I read This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan, which is like the follow up to Before I Let Go. It follows, um, oh my gosh, Soledad. Soledad. I was like, which one of the girls is it? And just Kennedy Ryan can do no wrong, in my opinion. I loved it so much. I read Heart of the Matter by Emily Giffin. Uh, I gave this one a 3 star, and it was really upsetting because it was like I Libby has it marked as a romance, and I would not have called this a romance. I would have called it women's fiction, um, because I don't feel like there's a romantic story there, and also there's cheating, and I don't like that. Um,
Uh-uh.
yeah, and like the main couple are they're cheating. Yeah,
That's
it,
not a
the
romance.
it's not a it's
It's
not a
like the
romance.
shitty ex-boyfriend cheats. Like that's
It's
fine. That's
yeah.
fine in a
So
romance, but
there were two POV characters, and one was the wife and one was the mistress, and it was like it was really a story about them, but like the reason the I don't understand why it was marked as romance in
that
any
does
way, shape,
not
or form.
feel
It was
romancy at all.
really upsetting. The writing
Oh,
itself was great. Like she's a great writer. I just the subject matter was what got me.
yeah.
Um, then I read The Baby Dragon Cafe by A.T. Qureshi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Which was fun. It was a fun, quick little story. Um, yeah. I for some reason I kind of thought that it was gonna be like more YA, but it's actually an adult book, just in case anybody who's thinking of reading it or giving it to a young adult in their life. It is an adult romance. Um, I finished Secret Spells and Chocolate by Marisa Churchill, which was adorable. I loved it. I read Burn Down Master's House by Clay Kane, which was a tough read, but it was so good. It was phenomenal. And I think, especially in the world that we are living in right now, I think it's important to read. It is like historical fiction, but it is based off of very real people and their very real experiences. And I think many people nowadays um, forget how bad slavery was.
Yeah.
So I thought it was phenomenal. I read The Pale Dreamer by Samantha Shannon, which is a prequel novella set in the Bone Season world. It happens before all of the events of the first 2 books, but as we know, I read things in publication date order, and this was when it was
Hmm.
published. So it came after book 2. Um, and it was a fun, like it was fun, especially following reading book 2, where like um she comes into her power, and so like this prequel, The Pale Dreamer, is like her origin story essentially. And so it was
Huh.
like very cool to see that
Yeah.
kind of dichotomy. I read The Fortune Flip by Lauren Congesson, which we will talk about shortly. And then just today, I finished But How Are You Really by Ella Dawson. I met Ella at Love LitCon, and every time I walked by her table, she had this huge smile on her face. She was the most adorable little thing ever. And then I heard her on a panel, and I was like, yes, I will immediately be buying this book, because what do you mean it's about a bisexual disaster who is just trying she's just doing her best. She's doing her
She's just
best.
a girl.
She's just a girl. She's doing her best. And I loved it. I loved it so much. So yeah, that was what I read
A
since the last
time.
time we recorded. I explained nothing about these books, but I had a good time.
Okay. Well, do you have a fictional boyfriend
Oh, okay.
from these
Well,
books or this time? It made me think of some time has elapsed. There's this TikToker I
uh-huh.
follow who like cooks recipes, but she does like she's chaotic and she's like, I
Yeah,
don't know how
yeah,
long it's been. Some time has elapsed.
yeah.
You
I
read
love
all
that.
those books as time elapsed.
Yes, 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 I did. I will say Garrett from But How Are You Really by Ella Dawson. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say boyfriend, like a fictional boyfriend. I just really adored him in this story. He is the male main character's best friend, and there's a bit of a like a subplot with him. And I thought it was really cute, and he's a sweet baby angel, and he can do no wrong, and we should protect him at all costs. And I really, really, really hope that we get to see him more. I was talking to Ella today, and I was just like, I love him so much. He's like, he's my favorite, and nobody ever talks about him. I was like, I'll talk about him because I love him so much. He's such like he doesn't feature super super prominently in the story, but the times when he's there, I'm just like, I love you. You're so cute. Like I just want to give him a hug and like just love up on him. So Garrett from But How Are You Really? And of course I can't not say Logan from The Fortune Flip. I just the way that he is with Hazel.
Yeah.
I love. Like from the get-go. I'm like in love with him from the moment the book starts. He's just
Yeah.
such a great character. So I guess that's what I would say. What about you? Question mark.
I'm lazy and I went with Aladdin because I saw him in the parade this weekend and he was my first boyfriend.
That's fair.
Um, funny joke. Flynn Rider and Aladdin were on the same float, and I was like, "Uh-oh,
Mm,
watch out, Uncle Josh."
mm-mm.
And I was joking about how Aladdin was was my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
And one of the twins said, I can't remember who my first celebrity crush was. And she was like, no, I can't. It was Jughead Jones's dad. And I was like, child agreed, because I was in the fourth grade at a sleepover and everybody called their mom and said, Mom, you're the last one I'm calling. Everybody else's mom has said yes. They want to watch Scream, but it's rated R. Can we watch it? And that mom would say yes. And then the next person, Mom, you're the last one I called. And Pete Ulrich was the bad guy in Scream, but I loved him. So I get it, child. But I
That's
also want to say, not fictional, the show husband has been the MVP
uh,
lately. I mean, he suffered a loss too, obviously, but he was like, I knew that this one was the big one for you.
yeah.
So he's been doing everything, doing the most to make me happy, comfortable, you know, whatever he can do, he's done it. He was an absolute trooper this trip, trekking around, chasing two littles and two teenagers around a
Yeah.
theme park with a hip pain and a pinched nerve. Kept me sane as I'm crying all over Disney property. Didn't
Oh,
complain once. He wonderful, wonderful. I'll keep him forever.
yeah. He's a good one. He's a
Yeah.
good one.
I'm a little attached, I think.
We're quite
So,
fond of him. Yes.
yeah. So, props to the show husband.
100%. That means we have an intruder alert. It
This
is
is like a
a
repeat, 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 repeat.
this is four-time repeat offender. We've
Oh my
got
gosh.
Lauren Congesson back. We're talking about the fortune flip. My copy is literally in the mail on the way to me right now. Like it's on a UPS truck. So I just have my Kindle.
Yay. You know what's
Oh my
fun
gosh. Hmm.
is that the cover and like this is the final copy. So it's like a little bit brighter of an
Yeah,
orange and like there's the tagline is a little different. So
Oh,
it was interesting to see the differences.
that's fun.
I
It
love
kind of,
it.
okay. we can talk. This can be one of the questions later. So we'll start with can you give us the elevator pitch for anybody who hasn't heard about the book?
Yes. So the fortune flip is about two um the fortune flip is about two people who share a fortune telling reading together, only to have their good luck and bad luck flipped, and then they win the lottery together.
I
So
knew
cute.
it was gonna happen, but when he like when they won, I was still like, like I felt like almost like it was me. I was like, oh my god, what do we do? Oh my god.
If
I felt like I was
only.
sweating.
If
Yeah.
oh, you're right.
So where did this story come from? How was it born? Like, what made you want to write this one and lottery winners?
Yeah, I had the idea seed for fortune telling. That's where I knew I wanted to go with my fourth book. And I went through a series of ideas, as I do when I'm brainstorming how to make these seeds come alive. And I kept coming back to fortune telling and fortune in the literal sense of like winning a fortune. And I was trying to figure out how to make these two things work together. Like, how does a fortune teller and winning a fortune, whether it's like inheriting something or winning a lottery, work together? And I thought it would be kind of fun to have them win the lottery, but it's a romance. And so, how do you keep them together? And I thought them having to share and split this lottery winnings would be interesting. And start off with a fortune teller. So, do you have good fortune? Do you have bad fortune? Or bad luck, good fortune. So a lot of that was like playing around with the word fortune, the word luck, and how those two intertwined. And then I thought it would be even more interesting if you had a character who won the lottery but didn't want the money. And I think that's a hard sell, like for people, like to be like, you wouldn't want the
Yeah.
money. So like going into that backstory and working through Hazel's why and why she wouldn't want the money was like one of the biggest challenges for this book to really make it understandable. Even just calling it out on the page of like she's only human, because it's a lot of money and gosh, it would be life-changing for anybody.
Yeah.
Right. I definitely screamed when she was like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
But the way that you approached it made it so believable because of like her past family trauma and having that kind of be her why as to why she's saying no was just chef's kiss. So good.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
also didn't realize until just now, but I was at Disneyland a couple weeks ago and they still have the Lunar New Year celebration. And they have this section where they have like a calligrapher to write like uh, just like a word for you to take home. And that's like your wish for the year. And I picked fortune. That was the word that I picked. And it just occurred. I was like,
Oh
wait,
my gosh.
wait.
Cool.
So I just occurred to me as you were talking about this.
I
I'm like,
love that.
wait, we were meant to do this because I picked that word and I didn't even think about it until right now. It was kismet.
Wow. It was.
So cool.
So can you talk about, I know you love research. You do a lot of research when you're writing your books. Can you talk about kind of the research that you did? Because I'm sure like lottery winnings. That's not something that most people know about and what happens after the fact. And also like Logan's job, Hazel and her family. All, what was the research that you did for this book and what made it into the book and what did you have to leave on the cutting room floor, if anything?
You know, I love research, so I really appreciate that this is the third question because it's so fun to talk about. And you're right, I did do a lot of research. This one had, for the first time in any of my books, I have a content guidance in the very front, which I have never done before. And it felt very appropriate to do it for this book. There are heavy topics. It is a rom-com, but I think it's ironic because I set out to write my most fun book yet. And it is fun, but it
Mhm.
also turned into my most, I think, I mean, it's debatable with Lunar Love, I think, heavy book.
Mhm.
Um, So I definitely had to do research and I really wanted to handle this with care. I was very nervous about like something that I do when I'm writing is coming up with everything that can go wrong and every worry that I have so that I can address it ahead of time. One of which being Hazel's background, her father and her family, and wanting to do right by it and wanting to do it justice because it's so sensitive. It impacts real people. It's a thing that a lot of people that you wouldn't even know about most of the time have to deal with. So I did do a lot of research around what it is like to be a child of an addict and a gambling addict. There was a lot of superstition research that went into that in particular, especially because superstition is such a big theme of the book and how that ties into um, kind of an addiction mindset and certainly with like fortune telling and luck. So that all felt like it worked well together. My husband has worked in data, so I was kind of like picking his brain a little bit with Hazel being a data analyst. And I was so excited the day that I was writing the Central Park boat scene when I connected the dots for data being Hazel being a data fortune teller and kind of predicting the future. And like that was one of the like epiphany moments of the book for me writing it. Like one of those days where everything just kind of falls into place and I'm like, it is all working. So I really cared a lot about like her having her own visualization style with data analytics and her actually enjoying her job and like just because she, goes through her own journey of whether she wants to stay in that industry or that job or career, I didn't want to make it. I actively did not want to make it so that she was like, I hate my job and I want to do something else. Like she loved her job and something bad happened where she gets laid off. And it's not even about like, I need to figure out my whole life all over again. It's like, I loved what I did. How can I keep doing that? But in a way that serves her best. For Logan, he is a Broadway carpenter. And I did not know anything about Broadway carpentry or really carpentry. And there is such little information online about this particular job, especially being a head carpenter on Broadway. It's like you find information about carpenters and you can find some YouTube videos here and there with like little tidbits of interviews with them. But I was like, what do head carpenters do though? And they actually manage the theater. So when shows are loading in and out, they have to make sure that the theater stays intact, that you're not busting up the stage, you're not destroying the curtains, you're not tearing the whole place down when you load in. And so I thought that was really interesting. This is his kind of like big chance after being a carpenter. And I was like, who can I talk to? And I looked at Broadway shows online where I like searched the credits and found people's names, but these people don't have email addresses and they really don't have like social media presences.
Oh my
I could not
gosh.
slide into anyone's DMs. So knew a friend. I knew a friend who had a brother who works on Broadway and does wigs on Broadway. And I was like, this is my only way in. Like, this is it. So I asked for a connection, like to be made, an introduction, and they found like this most amazing, generous man named Hank who just had so much experience in this world and was able to provide so much information that I wish I could have included a lot of it, but I couldn't. But he gave me such great details that I think made Logan feel even more real, made the theater come to life. And I got to like go backstage of The Great Gatsby and look at kind of like how he did his job and the stage and just the behind the scenes world, which was really cool. I feel like
That's
I'm like saying a
so
lot,
cool.
but the lottery piece was also a really important element of this. And obviously, like I've never won the lottery. I had never played the lottery. I I have played it at this point for research. I was like, how many numbers do you pick? What number range does it go up to? I
Mhm.
had to do all that research. Like, where do they have the press conferences? What does that even look like? Are you with other people? Do they really hold a big check? So these were a lot of the questions that I have, and they do. And a lot of these press conferences are actually like on YouTube. So just
Oh.
the detail actually that did make it in, that I was like, this is the most surprising thing to me, was that like like almost everyone who won did not seem happy about it. Like they're not like, woo, like I just won the lottery. No one's like smiley, no one's like overly anything. They're just like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm from here. Like it's an obligation to do it. And I thought
Oh,
that was just so funny. You would think that like on this moment you're super excited, but maybe they've already had that excitement and this is just like weeks later.
maybe.
I
Yeah.
think it's because they're like, I'm about to have 7,000 cousins come out of the woodwork for me.
Yeah.
That's true.
I know they're like wearing sunglasses and you're like, that's a decent disguise.
See,
I
I don't know.
love the disguise that
Yeah.
they have in the book. It's so funny.
Okay, I love how I can read your books, and I know, I guess, because of how well you research, that I'm going to learn a lot,
Hmm.
especially about Chinese culture and traditions every time. How do you decide what like traditions you're going to include and which ones you're going to like save for future books?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I have had moments where I'm like, oh, I think this would fit better in a future book, and I don't want to over talk about it in like a past book. For this one, I knew it would be a series of Chinese fortune telling. So we have the bird fortune telling, which I did do as research. Um, we have palm reading, we have reading the tea leaves, and we have a reference to face reading. I couldn't do too many. And then we have fortune sticks, which had to be in there because it's also called lottery poetry. And I was like, oh my God, this is like, again, like
You
another
have
epiphany
to.
moment. And so I wanted to include those. I wanted to include specific superstitions. They're not all Chinese superstitions. So Logan is Welsh and he has his own superstitions. They have different lucky numbers. There are some lucky Chinese numbers in this, um, as well as like lucky foods. There is a chapter with a cameo from a past character, and there is some like lucky food with, yeah, I won't spoil anything, but it is an interesting question. I do think about it. I think it comes up organically when I'm working through the seeds, the idea seeds. I'm like, what what goes around this and what could fall into this category? But along the way, when I'm writing, I'm like, okay, what do I want to actually include? And like sometimes I have to go learn about it. Like a lot of the fortune telling I had to go learn about.
Mhm.
That's awesome though. Like so it's so fascinating. I'm gonna need you to write a nonfiction one day so that I can like we can get all of the research tidbits that you've gotten
Right.
over the years and just get
Exactly.
all of that too.
It'll just be like an encyclopedia of research I did while writing my books
Yeah, it could be a companion for
for each
Right. A
of,
reading
yes.
companion. Yeah.
So you brought it up, not me. You mentioned cameos. I would love to know, like, did you go into writing this one knowing that you were gonna put so many fun Easter eggs into it, or did it just kind of you were writing and you're like, wait, I can add this and it'll be a fun little peek back for those who know. Like if you know, you know.
Yes. I know it is one of those questions you're like, how much do I want to build? Because they're not series. My books are not a
Right.
series. And how much do you want to build on your past work for these characters? Because sometimes, like, you worry that it might go over people's heads because they're just unfamiliar.
Mhm.
And how much setup do you really have? Like for the Chrissy cameo with the Lucky Food scene, I had like a whole like they run this in Washington with her aunts and blah 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 like to set it up. And my editor was like, "Where is like this is so like out of left field in this
Mhm.
moment." And how do you actually like plant the seed
Mhm.
without like taking you out of the moment that you're in and making those emotions like fall flat? I knew for sure, I kind of wrote myself into this corner. I knew for sure that Logan had to be connected to Chrissy because he was the carpenter that made the heart-shaped chairs at the Wildflower Inn. So I was like, okay, well, I have to call that out. How do I make that connection? And then Rooney didn't come in until I was like, okay, this is hard to talk around because this could be a spoiler. But there
Mhm.
is something that Logan wears that is important to the plot.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, what could he wear? And then I was like, well, my husband wears a red string bracelet that I made him all the time. Like it never comes off, it's just on, it's about to fall off. And
Oh.
I was like, oh, maybe like that. And then I was able to kind of like reference Rooney about being a red string artist, tie it to the theater.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
I thought it was
so
so
cool.
fun and so clever because it's like they are just kind of moments where like it just feels like a part of the story, but if you have the backstory from reading your previous books, it just is like that fun little like inside joke kind of thing. Like, hee
Yeah.
hee,
Do you
look what
like
she did.
cameos in when you're reading?
I love it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love it. It's one of my
It's like an
favorite
inside
things.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like
You're
I'm
in the
just,
club.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm It's, I love it so much.
Totally.
Um, you did something really exciting with this book. You blessed us with a food board, and I could not be more grateful. Did you make all of the food that went into this book, or were there any recipes of food things that didn't make the cut that you're like, oh, I wish this could be in the book? Because I know
Yeah.
we know you're a foodie. Like,
Yes. You know what? For the first time, there are no recipes in the back of the book.
yeah.
And a lot of that came down to, I think, just time and energy and wanting like, I didn't know what I would do, and I just really wanted it to feel natural. But there's a lot of food in the book. So
Yes,
Yeah.
for
we
sure.
have long life noodles. We've got a lot of candy. There's biscotti that Logan makes, his landlord, and he also makes like these like M&M candy kind of like pizza cakes.
I was wondering if you made that.
I'm not tempted to make that. I should get some pizza dough, like pre-made pizza dough,
Just see.
and just
Just to
see what
see.
happens.
Yeah.
Melt some chocolate down. Um, and then the Lucky Food scene, which I have not attempted any of those recipes. They're like pretty TCM heavy from Chrissy's cookbook. Um, Pizza in the beginning at the pizzeria. There's so much, and I sometimes when I think about this book, I'm like, oh, where's the food? But it's in there. It's
Yeah,
just
it's there.
more
Yeah.
like they're not making food, right? Like they're not
Right.
like making dumplings together or mooncakes or so it's kind of different there, but of
They do
course there
eat
had to
quite
be
a
food.
lot, and
Of
it's
course, I
great.
would have not, you'd have been body snatched. I would be asking,
Right.
who is this imposter if you had
Right,
had food
right.
in
Like
this
this is
book?
not her. Who? No.
I did squeal though when I saw the post with the food board. I can
Everything.
go into reading knowing what to bring with me.
I'm so glad you like that. I know because I've learned. You have
Yeah.
Yeah.
told me before, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Please let
hungry
us
reading
know.
this.
Warn
Give a
us.
girl a heads up.
Right. Instead of like, instead of content warnings, we need food warnings.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Give us a
know. Oh
list.
my God.
All right. You know, we always want to keep you forever, but we did promise that we would not keep you forever. So we'll go into the questions that we always ask. As you know, we have a segment that we call Fictional Boyfriend of the Week, where we
Oh my
pick a
God.
fictional character
Oh no.
that and this happens truly with everybody who
Every
comes back. They
time.
forget.
Yeah.
So
It is one of those unique, sneaky
everything
ones.
everything leaves your brain. It's like I don't like it doesn't matter how prepared you are, it's
What
just
does
gone.
book mean? I don't know what a movie is.
Any characters that you think that we need to know?
Okay, so I recently read No Matter What by Cara Stone, and it came out last week. And it's a marriage in trouble. Um, she goes to she it opens with her finding a lease, and she thinks her husband is moving out. And they have recently been through a traumatic accident together, and over the years have kind of like have kind of grown apart. So she goes to a figure drawing class, and over the course of the book, they reconcile, they learn more about each other, they find their way back. But his name is Vin, um, and he is this. man who just kind of has traditionally doesn't have to say a lot for them to communicate, but he isn't great about opening up emotionally. And so he's like a man of few words who, throughout the course of the book, like goes to therapy and goes to do stand up to like learn how to talk about the accident, to talk about his relationship, to talk about how he is feeling. And it's just like I love a man who makes an effort to
Yes.
Yeah.
not just be like, this is the way things are and this is who I am, but I'm gonna go work on myself and this relationship because I love you and I want to be better.
Oh, we love a
Yeah.
man who
I
goes through
love
healing.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's that one's on my TBR, so gonna bump
It's
that
Oh.
so
up.
good.
Okay. You kind of answered it, but do you have any other books that you're reading lately or that you recommend since we last spoke?
Oh my gosh. Since we last spoke, okay, let's see. I'm currently reading The Paddock Club by Madge Merrill. She wrote Slipstream.
Mm.
Um, so it's an F1, which I still have yet, I know the season just started, and I've yet to watch a race, so I'm very excited to watch one. But I just love Madge's writing. Like it's so good. And takes me into this world that I know literally nothing about. Well, now I know a little bit because I did read Slipstream, but uh, that was really good. I read I read Lucky Seed by Justinian Huang. Have you read this?
No, I want
Uh-uh.
to I read his
Oh,
first one and I really loved it, so I'm really excited to read this one as well.
this is my first of his work, and it is so juicy and dramatic and theatrical and like page turning because you're just like, what? This family?
Right.
Twists and turns. It's really a fun one for like
I'll have
big
to read
family
that.
drama.
Yes. I saw it comp to like the crazy family drama of like Crazy Rich Asians, and I'm
Yeah,
like, it's one of
I
my
think I
favorites.
agree with that.
I'm so excited. Fun. Okay, final question, and I know, but for our listeners, what comes next?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I don't know what I can say because my dream is for this to be like a surprise drop,
Oh,
which you know now,
you can't
and
surprise me because I stalk you too much. But
there are 17 people who know because that's how many ads there are, and I was like, people are all over it, and I respect that. However, I don't know. I'm trying to nail down details, but a cover reveal should be happening soon for something. And what I'll say is you will be getting it sooner than you think.
oh, I thought we were getting it so soon, and now you're saying even sooner.
Well, when do
That's
you think
even more.
soon is?
Well,
Well, sooner than you would expect from like my normal cadence. Does
oh,
that
okay.
is that is that a
Yes,
better
I
line?
understand. Because there's a date.
There's a date.
There is a date, and I'm like, is it sooner than that date?
No,
Okay,
there it
that
can't
is
be.
still soon.
I'm about to go into I haven't done copy edits yet.
You're like, I still have to
So I
do
hope
some
not.
of it.
That's very exciting, though. I That was a fun surprise. For anybody who doesn't know, I regularly just search up Lauren's name on Amazon just for funsies, and I find out a lot of things that I'm probably not supposed to know
I
ahead of
was
time.
waiting. I was like, Karen, where are you? And I was like trying to imagine your reaction, but I
I
didn't want to
love
spoil anything. I wanted you to organically find it.
I love that you know me so well that you knew that it was going to happen.
It was the only way. That's why I didn't say anything to you.
I love it. Can you
I
talk
love that.
about real quick? I know it's not till 2027, but talk about the handbook a little
Yes,
bit.
yes. Yeah, I'm writing a romance writing workbook called How to Write a Romance. And it is literally that. It is a workbook that I'm of the personality and mindset where I'm like, when I am about to start something, like I just want to get into it. Like
Mhm.
I love craft books and I want to read a whole craft book when I'm in the mood or like pick and choose sections, but I like putting pen to paper and just like starting because especially with writing, like the best way to start is just to start,
Mhm.
and you can always edit and you can always fix things later. So I'm writing a workbook on how to write a romance novel, and it will take you through guided exercises on how to come up with ideas, how to structure your book, and then a little bit of like what do you do after you've written the book, things on like how do you balance writing with the job? How do you, track your words and all of that kind of stuff. So,
That's so
yeah, that's coming in
exciting.
2027.
Yay, that's so
Oh
exciting. I love
man.
it. Well, in the meantime, we have plenty of books to read, including when this episode is out, The Fortune Flip. It'll
Yay.
be out, so everybody go pick up a copy and read
Gorgeous.
it. It's so cute. Oh, I didn't even ask about it, but like the cover kind of gives me like tarot card vibes.
Hmm.
And was that intentional because of the story, or did it just kind of come out that way? I know Sandy's just brilliant, but like,
Danny's amazing. And yes, I did my usual PowerPoint. I was like, there's themes of tarot. There's a cat, of course.
Birds.
That had to make it New York City, and we had a very different version, and then we landed on this one, which also gives me Playbill vibes.
I was
Like,
thinking
yes,
Playbill. Yeah, it
yeah.
does
yes,
give Playbill.
yes.
So like, I mean, again, like another click into place moment that I was like, oh, feels very fictitious. And then because of the orange in the book, like the Sweet Escape is very orange. I was like, this book has to be orange,
I love it.
I
which
love it.
like
It's so
happened to be kind of
pretty.
on trend, which I'm very happy about because you know how colors are being decided way in advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it feels very that whole Devil Wears Prada rant about color,
Yeah.
and I
Oh yeah,
This belt
kind of
was
love it.
cerulean.
chosen for you.
For
Yes. Not blue.
Yeah.
It's not not lapis.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, go pick up a copy of The Fortune Flip, and if you haven't read any of Lauren's other books, what are you waiting
What are you
for?
doing?
You're so
Come
silly. We've
on.
told you for years now you should go read them, so go pick those up as well. By the time this episode comes out, I think it's the end of tour. So sorry for anybody who didn't get to see Lauren on tour, but I'm going to, and I'm very
Yay.
excited.
I know I
I'm going to
just
see you
missed you in
in.
Orlando. So like I was just there.
Ah, so close.
I know.
One day, one day. All right. Thank you so much, Lauren, for coming back. It's always so much fun to talk to you.
Thank you both. So good to talk to you again.
You,
All
you
right. We'll
too.
talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. I just realized this is Orange
I
too. I love her
oh,
so much.
I love her so
Uh,
much.
I love her.
She's so soothing. She has
She's the
such a
best.
like calming presence.
Yeah, I adore her. I'm so excited for everything that's to come. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, very exciting. Yay.
I'm excited to finish this book because I know it's so good. I just
I'm so
lost my dog and needed to cry a
Yeah.
lot and then take children to Disney. I
No,
couldn't listen to the
valid.
audiobook while I was driving because we had to listen to Disney tunes and jam
Right.
out.
Valid.
So
Valid. Okay, I think it's time for an announcement.
yes,
Yay,
I'm
I'm
excited about
so
this
excited.
one.
I am too. It's so funny because like I saw that she had signed with the agency and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if we can get her." And then they
Yeah.
emailed us, which was very cool. So next week we are going to be talking to Amelie Howard about Queen of the Night Sky. I'm so excited.
Yay.
I've read the first one, but I'm going to reread it, obviously, before reading this one because
Yeah.
it's a sequel. So I'm very
Yeah.
excited. I saw Amelie at Romanticon and I was like, we're going to talk soon. And she was also very excited. So,
I saw her
yay.
at Love Y'all, but she was like talking to somebody. She was sitting at the table eating right next to me, Josh, and the show dog.
Oh,
But I didn't want to interrupt. She was with
right.
actually she was with
Scarlett
Scarlett St.
St.
Clair
Clair.
and somebody else. But I didn't want to interrupt them. Like they
Yeah.
were eating, they were trying to have downtime. So
Yeah.
I'll have to tell
Oh.
her we ate next to each other.
I love it. Okay. So I think it's time for a spiel, right? That's what we
Yeah,
do
let's
next.
spiel it.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you're listening to us. Follow us on social media. We are at The Incoherent Fangirl on all the things. Visit our website, theincoherentfangirl.com, where you can also stream all of our episodes as well as read our blog. Subscribe to our Patreon for early access to podcast episodes, full video episodes, bonus content, and the opportunity to ask questions of our guests, which is super fun, and you should take advantage of
Yeah.
it. I think it's really cool. Um, if you want to support us some more monetarily, you can head over to the merch shop and get some cute merch that Mandy designed. Theincoherentfangirl.com/shop. Lots of
There's
super
a
cute
show
stuff.
dog shirt.
There is. You could immortalize him forever in your
Yeah.
own home. We would love
Yeah.
that. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, design ideas, you want to tell us that we're pretty, we will accept all of
Even
that.
after we cried, we'll take
Yes, yes, we would appreciate that.
it.
Send us an email at theincoherentfangirl@gmail.com. We love hearing from y'all. And of course, one last way to support the podcast is to rate and review on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Please give us your words. You know,
We
we love
love
your
your
words here.
words.
And once you followed us, oh, no, wait, hold on. That's not where I'm going. She is at
You
Mandy
gotta
Perv.
introduce me.
She is at Mandy Perv on all the things.
She's at Miss Made in China on all the things.
And now, once you have followed us on all the social media platforms and you followed the podcast, you can head over and do some internet shopping, do some self-care, and visit our besties because
Yes.
we love you and we want you to stick around, okay?
Yeah.
So first stop, you're going to head over to herecomesthenerd.com and get some pins and artsy goodies. She does currently have a charity fundraiser going on, so take a look at that. So freaking cute. You're going to use code FANGIRL to get 20% off your first order. I don't think it applies to the charity stuff, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. You can try.
Still try it. Then you're going to head over to onceuponabookclub.com. You're going to subscribe. You're going to buy some books, boxes that they still have, any, outside goodies that are not a box. But you're going to use code Karen10 to get 10% off, but you have to spell Karen right, or we're going to make sure you lose a winning lottery ticket and you can't ever claim the money.
Oof.
Oh, spell Karen
Ouch.
right, or you might be poor forever instead of rich.
Oh, meanwhile, out here, I've been spelling my name right all this time and have gotten no money. It's very
Right?
rude.
Unfair.
So rude. Anyways, your next stop, you're going to head over to our friend Amber D. Lewis at amberlewis.com. Add several copies of her books to your cart. Add some stickers. Add some other goodies. Add all the good stuff to your cart. Then you're going to use code FANGIRL10 and you'll get 10% off your order, which means you've definitely saved tons of money.
Yeah.
Mathematically, that is how that works.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're math majors, mathematicians, if you will.
Yep, definitely.
And then last but not least, you can support my family. We're grieving. No, I'm not gonna put it. I'm just kidding about that. We'll have to keep from crying.
Yeah, we have to.
So you can go support the show husband. He's at Borna Josh on all the things. And you can follow at Searchers Believe on everything. That is his paranormal investigation group. We are going to the first tour stop this weekend. They have I think it's called the Paranormal Passport Tour, where they're going to 5 or 6 haunted locations over the next few months, and people can come like meet and greet and ghost hunt with searchers. I'm going to this one. We were planning on taking the show dog, but I'm still going. So yeah, Searchers Believe. If you go to searchersbelieve.com/shop, you can use code fangirl10 and get 10% off. You can follow the Searchers Podcast at Searchers Podcast on all the things. That's where we talk all things spooky and weird. And then the big one is to follow at Stream Beacon TV on all the things. It's our streaming platform that is paranormal, horror, true crime content. We signed a really big contract today. That's really exciting. Hopefully it will be announced by next week. Really cool things coming. Yours truly has taken over their social media. So go engage with that to show them that I deserve a raise. I'm just kidding, but really go follow, especially now. Searchers Believe. I mean, not Searchers Believe. I don't have a brain. Stream Beacon TV everywhere and engage with it so they can see what a great job I'm doing. And if you would like to subscribe to Beacon TV, you can go to streambeacontv.com and use code Fangirl10 for 10% off. And then last but not least, you can buy my book, co-written by the late and great George Bailey Purvis. Copies with his paw print are sold out. So if you have one, you are the elite with exclusive content. But if you think there won't be a Harry Potter and a George Bailey in future books that never die, you are sadly mistaken. I'm going to be I fear book 2 is going to hurt a lot more than I thought it was because now I'm grieving and
Yeah.
writing while grieving. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You in
Whoops.
danger, girl.
Whoops.
Um, if you would like to buy a copy, I'm on all the major retailers' websites. But if you'd like a signed copy, you can go to aepurvis.com and use code Aaron Warner to get 10% off because it wouldn't be me if I didn't make something about Aaron Warner.
Facts.
And that's, yeah, that's that. And that
That
was
was the
the
Incoherent
Incoherent
Fangirl.
Fangirl.
Thanks for
Thank
listening.
you. We
We love
love you.
you.
Bye.
Bye. We are sponsored by our friends at Here Comes the Nerd. Pins, stickers, magnets, and more. Here Comes the Nerd has happy art for all fandom-loving hearts. New customers can use coupon code FANGIRL during checkout for 20% off their first order at herecomesthenerd.com. Coupon applies to ready-to-ship items only.